Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another one of my bet prediction videos, and it is raining. Neat. My name is Freak, and in this video we'll be analyzing NiP versus LDLC in a best of 3. Let's get to it. On Half-Life TV, the odds are currently 65-ish to 35 towards NiP. Why? Well, let's see. Lineups. NiP, same as always. No changes. Although, I'm going to highlight Fiflaren for a second. Fiflaren has been in a run of kind of really bad form. He's been single-handedly accused of the reason why NiP is shaky. And even though NiP have started winning recently, he's still been bottom fragging for the team. It'll be interesting to see how he performs. I don't expect his slump to just vanish overnight, but it could make this game very interesting. Looking at LDLC's lineup, same old, no changes. They are still a new team. They're one of 3 new French teams as a result of the huge shakeup in French Counter-Strike. Kiyoshima, I would say, is the most impressive player since he's joined. You could argue Shox is the most talented. He is, but he's also one of the most inconsistent members. You know, if Shox decides to destroy teams one day, Kiyoshima will usually be second fragging. Kiyoshima has definitely been the more consistent, so he's my player to watch. Looking at their form, NiP have been very shaky. They weren't convincing against Titan or Epsilon, both very new at that stage. It was 2 weeks ago on September 3 and September 4 respectively. I believe that was the first 2 games for both of those teams. But since that horrible, humiliating loss to Fnatic, they've really pulled up their socks. Last 2 games, they've beaten LDLC, so this match is a rematch. They beat LDLC 16-5, and they beat Unwanted, strong-ish looking Unwanted team. Unwanted obviously were all DSG. They beat them 16-10. All in all, NiP have been winning a lot more convincingly than they have in their recent history. So I'd say they're in a pretty good run of form right now. They're in pretty good nick. Looking at LDLC, they've been very shaky. I mean, yes, they're a new team, blah blah blah. But the fact is, Titan have started to gel. Epsilon got a very good result over them today, beating them 16-3 on Dust, so they look like they're starting to gel. Are LDLC going to start to gel anytime soon? Last 5 games, 3 losses, 2 wins. 1 against GGL, who are like a tier 3 team, 1 against Epsilon. And you know, Epsilon did play pretty horribly that day, but then Epsilon got revenge for that today by beating them 16-3. So, you know, they're really inconsistent right now, LDLC. They still haven't found a way to gel. It looks like loss to win, loss win, loss win. As soon as you think, oh yes, finally they've started to gel, now we can see the emergence of one of the top teams in CS, they go ahead and lose rather humiliatingly to some team. It's hard to say about LDLC. We really don't know what team they are right now. We don't know if they are about to turn a corner and start putting in dominant performances, or if they're going to slump to a humiliating loss. So form alone, NiP win this round. What about the maps? Right. Yeah, none of that. Even though the maps haven't been announced, it's really hard to see how it would affect the game at large, or even this analysis to begin with, because there just isn't enough data on LDLC to make educated assumptions about the performances on certain maps. They're just still too new to do that. Obviously that's not the case with NiP, but since we don't have the maps available, we can't really do any sort of analysis whatsoever. And even though they're established, we're not sure how to use that data in comparison to LDLC, because like I just said, they're very new. So my prediction is going to be based on form alone, and you'd have to give it to NiP. LDLC have been playing fairly well as a team, with each player having their ups and downs. No one player has stood up or stood out for good or bad. Theoretically, the team chemistry should be good because of that, but the results haven't been. Their form is patchy. And NiP seem to have turned around. Their shakiness seems to have been eliminated. It's been 3 games now where they've won fairly convincingly. But the eyes will be on Fiflaren and see if he does turn in another bad performance. If he turns in a woeful performance, and if LDLC start firing on all cylinders, then you'd say they're in with a shot. Riskiness of this bet, I'd say it's medium. Ninjas in Pajamas are in better form, but LDLC do have that killer lineup. And even though that killer lineup hasn't found any consistency yet, it's really a question of when they will gel rather than if they will gel. My bet, I'm going to be betting small on NiP. That's anywhere between 5 to 15% of your inventory value. I think NiP will take this, but we don't know how LDLC will perform. That's it for this video. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me what I did wrong, tell me what I did right. Any and all comments help me help you. And please subscribe, because I'm trying to make this the best place for your CSGO bet prediction and analysis, and I can't do it without you. So please click that button down there. This way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.